Every single minute, every single second, the fate of your entire round is riding on a single slide. One slide that either opens the floodgates to the investment you need, the lifeblood for your dream, or slams everything shut, leaving you in the cruel, suffocating void of rejection. Imagine it. You've poured your soul into your startup, every ounce of your time, every sleepless night, every broken relationship. But when that deck hits the investor's desk, one slide is what makes it or breaks it. And yet, so many founders don't realize which slide that is. They dance around it, drown in too many details, or worse, they don't make it hit hard enough where it really counts. This is the brutal reality. Investors see hundreds, sometimes thousands of decks every year, and they're not looking for the perfect product, the biggest market, or even the snazziest team. They are hunting for that one thing that tells them, without a shadow of doubt, that you have cracked the code, that here, precisely here, lies the spark that will ignite exponential growth and unparalleled returns. If you miss that, you're just another noise, lost in an ocean of noise. If you nail it, you become the only sound they want to hear. Now, the pain you feel, a sinking pit deep in your stomach when you think about fundraising, is not because you lack a good idea or a solid business. It's because the system, the playing field, the invisible rules have been designed for mediocrity, for comfort, for the safe bets that don't rock the boat. The world tells you, be a good founder. Stick to the script. But that script is a lie. It is a trap. It softens the edge of your vision, dulls the fire in your belly. And that single slide? It's where you wrestle with those lies, where you refuse to be ordinary. Because the truth is, no one ever won because they followed the crowd. The truth is, no investor ever backed a company because they were polite, neat, or typical. That one slide is the traction slide, the heartbeat, the proof. This is the slide where you unleash the raw power of your business in motion. Not projections dressed with hope and fluff, but cold, undeniable evidence that your idea is already ripping through the market, that real people are knocking down your door, that customers are begging for what you make. That slide is the difference between, we like your vision, and I want to throw my money at this right now. Here's the catch, and it's brutal. Traction isn't just numbers. It isn't a pat on the back or a nice-looking graph. It's the story those numbers tell. It's the why behind the curve. Because any fool can fake charts. But investors? They see through smoke and mirrors faster than you can blink. They want to feel that your business must win, that your team is already dismantling every wall in the path, that you have built a moat so wide and deep, no shark, no competitor, no crisis can take you down. This slide is where you weaponize your wins, your momentum, your raw, undeniable strength. And if you're missing it, or if it's timid or unclear, you are already dead in the water. But how do you build that slide? You don't just slap revenue numbers and call it a day. You sculpt a narrative that crushes doubts, because investors are drowning in doubt. They fear risk. They fear loss. Your job is to flip that fear on its head with pure magnetic proof. This means breaking down everything that makes your traction real. Show the growth rate not just as percentages, but as a human wave. How your users are coming back, addicted to what you build. How your sales funnel is not just a funnel, but a beast catching its prey every day. This slide needs to say, we have untapped gold right here. It needs to roar with urgency and promise. Don't fall into the trap of pretending your traction is perfect or linear. Investors don't want magic. They want muscle. Show your ups, your challenges, your stamina. Be honest. Be raw. Say, this is our reality, and here's why we are winning anyway. That kind of brutal clarity builds trust like nothing else. And once trust is built, funding flows because investors begin to see themselves reflected in your fight, your grit, your path. Now, listen close. Nothing else matters if this slide doesn't cut deep. Not the team slide, not the market size, not the fancy tech. When the traction slide hits its mark, Everything else becomes fuel for the fire you've lit. But if traction stumbles, the rest is background noise, a song skipped before it ever starts. So what else makes this slide unstoppable? Context. Every number, every graph, every metric must be a weapon aimed directly at their gut, their instinct. Show them not just what you have done, but what you will do next with the money on the table. Link your traction to a roadmap so vivid, so damn compelling that they see only victory ahead. That slide is a fact and a prophecy all at once. It's the moment angel wings meet battle armor. And here's a secret few founders ever grasp. Traction doesn't have to be massive to be lethal. It has to be right. Wilder than any hero tale is the idea that timing and precision beat size. Showing 200 passionate users growing 30% month over month in a niche market can be more powerful than 100,000 passive users with zero engagement. It's about signal over noise. Now, let's walk right into the mind of your investor while they face your slide. They are thinking, if I put my money here, will this founder break the mold and smash every limit? Or will they fade into the comfort of the ordinary, just like the rest? You want them to feel that by throwing in their chips now, they are joining the fight to remake the future. You want to give them no choice but to believe this is the winner, not because you told them so, but because your slide hypnotizes them with cold, unstoppable proof. You shape their imagination to see a future where your startup is rewriting the rules, dominating the market, and flipping every assumption they ever had. Forget conventional advice that keeps you careful and safe. This slide demands boldness. It must breathe danger, passion, and unbreakable will. It must speak a language investors don't just understand, but feel in their bones. When you nail that, your fundraising is no longer a battle. It's a movement. Remember, fundraising isn't about fitting in or playing by the old system's tired rules. It's about crushing those walls with the full weight of your unleashed vision. That slide is your weapon to break free from the chains of mediocrity laid by the ones who sell comfort but kill flame. So obsess on this slide like your life depends on it, because it does. Craft it with ruthless clarity and fiery honesty. Show the raw power of your traction, tie it directly to your next steps and your growth story, and wrap it in a way that your investor feels they are not just investing in a startup, but stepping into the future's most dangerous and necessary fire. And if you do this right, you won't need to beg, you won't need to chase. They will come to you, thirsty to be part of the revolution you're leading, ready to pour in the capital that propels you to the edge, beyond limits, into the extraordinary. What you're fighting for is bigger than money. It is freedom, the freedom to build, to break, to redefine what's possible. This slide is your key, the one that unlocks the cage and sets your vision free. Ignore everything else until this slide is perfect, and you will unlock something no spreadsheet or projection ever could: belief that moves mountains. This is the moment where you either rise or fall. The world won't care about your excuses, your hopes, or your dreams. It only cares about what you prove, what you move, what you build. Take this slide seriously. It's the bloodline of your round, the pulse of your future, and the proof that you are not just a founder chasing a dream, but a force unstoppable, burning brighter than any rulebook or system. So go now. Strip everything back to the core. Reveal the truth of your traction with brutal honesty and obsession. Sculpt it until it hits like a hammer to their souls. Because when you do, not only do you win money, you win your right to be the rare individual who redefines the game. This is your battlefield, your war cry, your moment to be more. Don't lose it. Be merciless, be magnetic, be unstoppable.